going on, everybody? So today we're going to revisit the Huawei P20 Pro smartphone versus a DSLR. I got a complaint on the last video that that it was a joke and this, that, and the other, and the pictures from the DSLR weren't as good, and the dynamic range on the P20 Pro was better. I didn't get into oversaturated colors and the AI and all that stuff, so I figured I'd do some more shots, both zoomed in, zoomed out, in the same fashion as the last video, with the phone mounted directly on top of the camera so that the angle of view is pretty similar, to try to keep it as even as possible. I set the camera in manual mode, just shot at certain settings, matched it on the P20 Pro as well. And yeah, we'll just go from there. I'll throw it in some editing software and show you exactly what can be accomplished in either one. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I wasn't knocking the P20 Pro in the first video. For a camera in a phone, it is remarkable. But at the same time, it will never replace a DSLR. I mean, if it ends up coming down to a thing where I'm gonna have to shoot in high ISO at night, whatever, and put both in RAW, I'm just trying to keep this as what the general public would use each one for. Just shooting straight in JPEG, done deal. That's it. End of story. So without further ado, I mean, well, actually, before we get into the further ado, let me just say one more thing to you, haha, my viewers. See what I did there? Tried to rhyme it all, but didn't work. In this whole thing, for all I know, read the shirt. I may be wrong, but I doubt it. Anyway, all right, let's do it.
Okay, so I've opened up all the images here in DxO Photolab 2. It's pretty evident here, if you're actually paying attention to the video and looking at everything, that the actual, if you look over, well, I guess I'll start off with how I set this all up. So the first 4 pictures are taken from the DSLR. The last 4 are taken from the Huawei P20 Pro camera. Now, yeah, well, I messed up the numbering a little bit, but anyway, I chose this setting because it has a good range of dynamics within it. And if you actually pay attention to the histogram, it should show you everything in regards to the dynamic range capabilities of both, well, the phone and the camera. Now, if you're not familiar with how to read a histogram, basically the right side is all the bright areas, and the left side is all the dark areas. Everything in the middle is like middle gray. I'm not going to get into the scientific properties of how cameras work, but that's pretty much what you need to know. So what you're looking at right now is taken from the Huawei P20 Pro camera, and you'll see that there are severe spikes and there's way oversaturated coloring. And now here's the same image from the DSLR. You'll notice there's a lot more information in the histogram from the DSLR, which means it's picking up a lot more color information. It has a much higher dynamic range, and when you zoom in, you'll actually see that there is a lot more detail as well. Smartphones do have a history and I guess issue of oversaturation, which is done in the software. Now, with the DSLR, you know, little finite details like the mesh on the trampoline itself, you can actually see the background of the mesh, the foreground of the mesh. The color accuracy is a lot better. This is the Huawei P20 Pro image that you're looking at right now, and the mesh is pretty much completely black. Now, switch over to the DSLR. And if you look at the image carefully, again, check out the histogram, you'll see there's a lot more color information to work with. And remember, I shot this all in JPEG. You know, I didn't do this in RAW. Now here's the Huawei P20 Pro. You'll notice the color information, the general color information spread across the whole thing is lower on the P20 Pro than it is on the DSLR. That's one. So to the people that believe, the dynamic range is better on the P20 Pro, I don't know what to tell you, because that is completely and utterly inaccurate, and that is not true whatsoever. Oversaturating colors and over sharpening does not equate to high dynamic range. It just doesn't, and it never will. Now you'll see here the mesh itself from the trampoline on the walls. There's a lot of detail, all the little tiny fibers and everything. And now here's the P20 Pro. The color's not even right. I mean, the mesh is gray. It's been up for a while. It is weathered. This is more accurate, and you can actually see the shading going across from where the light is actually hitting the trampoline. Now go back to the P20 Pro, and it's just black. Like there's no finite detail. Even where the zipper's open, you can't even see the mesh in the back area. You can't see it at all. It's just disappeared. There's nothing there. There's no information there. And look at the histogram on the P20 Pro. It's completely crushed. Now we'll go to the DSLR. So no, the P20 Pro does not have more dynamic range than a DSLR. It just doesn't. For a phone with a camera in it, it's fantastic. But again, it will not replace a DSLR. It just, the physics just won't allow it to do that. They have a lot of software tricks. They do an amazing job, but it's just not the same quality visually. And once again, here's the P20 Pro again. Look at the histogram. It's completely moved over to where all the dark areas are. And now here is the DSLR. Notice it shifted over to more of a bright area. That's fine, because that actually is the accurate way that it actually is in real life. And if you look at the grass from the P20 Pro, it's completely over-sharpened, oversaturated, and again, there's no detail in the background of the mesh. This is the last video I'm going to do on this subject. I mean, the proof is right here in the video. If you still can't see the difference, I don't know what else to tell you, man. The information's right there in front of you. Just pay attention. And that's it. I'm out.